Hey, thanks for coming to this page. So right below this video, there's a PDF file. It's a presentation that you can download and study and potentially replicate. This is the exact presentation a few days ago that I fired off to a brand new bank that I'm working with, a bank that doesn't really know me well yet. And I already got approval at 3.5% interest rate, $600,000 construction loan to build 3 new duplexes that I'm going then to lease out and hold, and they're going to cash flow like crazy and do very well for me. So this is 3.5% financing. Close to 95% of my construction costs are getting financed. Anyone can do this. You can do this. Obviously, I created this with Rehab Valuator Premium, which is a software that you may or may not have. What I'm going to do in this video, though, before you download this presentation, and you can download it, print it, you can save it, I'm laying out the entire deal right there for you, pretty wide open. But I'm going to walk you through how I created this presentation, how I structured this deal, and I'm going to walk you through my logic and how I've structured this financing, short-term and long-term. Below this video, I'm also going to link to some more detailed, I just did a pretty ridiculous hour-long training on how I build new construction duplexes, where I take you from start to finish. So I'm going to link to that training below this video as well. And then obviously, if you have the software, you can replicate exactly what I'm doing here. If you don't have the software, I'll put a link where you can sign up below as well. But stick around, watch this video. It's not going to be super long, but I'm going to walk you through exactly how I created this presentation and obtained over $500,000 in funding, essentially with one email. Obviously, the bank had to underwrite me as well, right? It doesn't just happen from sending them one presentation. But these presentations go a long way towards establishing massive credibility for you, communicating exactly what the deal looks like to the bank, and establishing a lot of trust. And you can do the same exact thing, by the way. We use this for private lenders. We use this for hard money lenders. And so do our clients. I mean, we have close to 6,000 paying Rehab Valuator Premium members at this point, and they have raised tens and tens of millions of dollars doing the exact same thing that I'm going to show you here. So stick around, finish watching this video, then download the presentation, study it, post your questions in the comments, and again, I'm going to link below to some additional training and links where you can sign up for the software. If you don't already have it, it's exceptionally affordable and worth every penny. All right. All right, so I am in the first screen that you log in when you get into the software. I'm going to go to active deals, and I'm going to click on this 3 duplexes on Q Street. So this is let me just adjust my microphone. This is a pretty cool deal. These are 3 duplexes that are going to sit on 2 different sites. This is the permit set for 2 of the duplexes which are attached to each other, and then there's going to be one more that's a block away. And all of these are within a couple of blocks of another 6 duplexes I'm currently building, and the 14-unit apartment building, which is also in like a 3-block radius from these projects. So we got a lot of cool stuff going on, but these 3 duplexes we're about to get permitted on, so now I'm going to go and get financing. So this is what they look like. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths on each floor. And so this building that you're looking at here is essentially 4 units, but we're building them by residential building code. Each duplex has 2 units, and then they're on separate addresses, but we're building them attached. But because they're in separate addresses, we're building them by residential building code. So I'm going to walk you through my inputs. I'm going to walk you through how I structured this deal, and I'm going to show you how I created the presentation. And then again, below you will be able to download the presentation, and then you will also, I'll link to a detailed training case study that I did on 4 duplexes, which are 2 blocks away from these, which I'm building right now, that take you start to finish and how I build these. So in my inputs, purchase price here, and you can toggle construction, rehab. This is construction. This is the value of my land. I already own the land free and clear. So this is not what I paid for the land. This is the value of the land, because I'm bringing the land as equity into the deal. I put in some ballpark closing costs here, and we can do detailed input, but I just, for the purpose of this presentation, put in lump sum, holding costs, and then within the premium version, we have obviously ability to create detailed budgets, load in templates, but again, I roughly know each one of these costs me a little over $200,000 to build, so I put in my lump sum budget here for now, for the purposes of this presentation, as $650,000 for all 3 duplexes. And the way I run these deals is because I've built so many of these, I know what I like to borrow on each one. And so I know that what I want to borrow here is a total of $600,000. And that requires me to back into my financing. So when you build anything, and if you go to the detailed training, which I linked to below, I go over this in detail. You start with the end in mind. I know, so if we go here, each one of these duplexes will appraise for $350,000. So altogether, these 3 duplexes will be worth $1,050,000 roughly. So because I know I want to borrow $600,000, I go in here and I say I'm going to borrow a certain percentage of the after repair value. And then I really just have to tweak and play around with this number until my total loan amount here hits $600,000. And the other thing you can do is you can take out a calculator and you can say, what percentage is 600,000 out of this? And that will get you to this figure. And then I'm going to pay 1 origination point. I left other closing costs paid to lender as 0 for now, but in reality, there's going to be some closing costs. 3.5% interest rate. We're making interest payments during construction, and it's going to take me 6 months to build. In reality, what we do is get a 12-month interest-only loan. So in case my construction takes longer, but under ideal circumstances, I can build these in 4 to 5 months. So 6 months to build, another 2 months to lease. But again, I typically get a 12-month construction loan, and then that loan automatically rolls over into what's called the mini perm. So this is really important. So let me show you what I did here. Initially, when you go into exit strategy 2, which is hold, you're going to see this screen. So we're going to go and we're going to enter our operating income. There are 6 units here. They're roughly 1,250 square feet, and I'm going to get $13.99 a month in rent. I don't typically project vacancy. My bank eventually will require me to model a vacancy percentage. So let's go ahead and just do that. I'm going to say a bank will usually ask for a 5% vacancy allowance. And then I'm going to click here and enter my operating expenses. And I've already done that. We charge an 8% management fee in-house. I've got my insurance in here, and I can enter the monthly, annual, dollar per unit per year. I've got my landscaping, repairs and maintenance, including money that I'm going to put into reserves, property taxes, and then some common area electric bills. So that's done. And then I'm going to hit here and say, yes, we are going to refi this short-term loan that's interest only into an amortizing loan. So the way these loan products work, and you can find them from local community banks, that construction loan will automatically roll over to a permanent loan without the need to actually refi. So I'm going to enter the same percentage here. I'm going to enter it here because my permanent loan is going to equal my construction loan. And it's going to be the same rate, 3.5%, amortized over 20 years, and there's no additional closing costs because it's not a new loan. And so here are my numbers. According to this, I'm leaving $198,000 tied up in the deal, but in reality, it's going to be less because this assumes I actually paid $120 for land, but I paid quite a bit less for land. I have $450,000 in equity left in this deal. This is my monthly cash flow from the 3 duplexes. And this is my initial first year cash and cash return. These are very good numbers. And the debt coverage ratio on this loan is going to be 1.63. So it's a very healthy loan for the bank. So my inputs are done. I know this is a very strong deal. This is a great interest rate, and this is great cash flow. So each duplex is going to cash flow around $650. No, actually over $700. So $350 a unit. This is very strong. So now I'm going to click View Reports, and I'm going to generate my presentation. I'm going to include cover page, executive summary, marketing sheet hold, and I'll show you why in a second, income and expenses, and then additional picks. Now you can also optionally generate a detailed construction budget for when your bank asks you for it, but for now I'm leaving that out. So here's my presentation. I've gone in here, I've uploaded a cover photo, my logo automatically shows up. This is my cover page. This is my executive summary. And I simply wrote a little bit about the project here and here. Here it is in the map. Here's a picture. I went in here and I renamed the title of this to short-term and mini-perm projections. And so let me show you what these numbers look like. This is what the bank sees. These are going to be worth this much. I've paid this much for the land. This is what it's going to cost me to build. I'm looking to borrow $600,000. This is my projected monthly income, monthly expenses, net operating income. I'm valuing these based on the 6.5% cap rate. It's going to roll over to a $600,000 permanent loan. And this is what the bank is looking for. This loan is going to have a 1.63 debt coverage ratio. That is a very healthy loan for the bank. Typically, banks will want to see 1.25 to 1.3. 1.63 is very, very healthy. And what I'm doing here is I'm including, because I've built so many of these and we're building in the middle of building a bunch right now, I'm including typical finishes so that the banker that's looking at this presentation can visualize what these are going to look like. These are the finishes that we use. And then the report that I haven't shown you here is the detailed income and expense report. So then all I do is I hit Show PDF, and it generates this PDF presentation that you're going to download below this video. I simply save this to my computer, and I email this to my banker. And I've already got confirmation back that I'm approved for this loan at 3.5%. But again, you can use this for private money. You can use this for hard money, and it works. It builds insane credibility for you. It helps your lender see the deal, be able to touch and feel the deal, and see the numbers that they care about. This is what they care about. This is what they want to see. If used correctly, this is an incredibly powerful tool to help you raise capital for your deals so that you could go out and do these kinds of projects. You can do fix and flips, you can buy rentals, you can develop new construction, which is primarily what I'm doing these days. All right. The other thing you can do, obviously, is you can click Get Unique Link and just generate a unique web page for this presentation. All right. So again, download this presentation, study it, and check out the other training that I linked to below. And if you don't have Rehab Valuator Premium yet, sign up. We've made it incredibly affordable, but the difference it can make in your business. Again, I haven't covered the project management, right? The detailed budgets, the ability to create cost templates here, ability to track all your transactions with our in-app accounting, track your projects in real time, start to finish, create reporting. This software can do so much for your business, and we have incredible support and very detailed training, tutorials, and education. So that's it. Grab the presentation, check out the rest of the training. If you don't have the software yet, sign up. Leave your questions, comments at the bottom. All right. Thank you.